An Arizona man has written about his experiences as a pilot for drug smugglers. Don Kirchner is the author of the book A Matter of Time and joins us this morning. This is not just a book about running drugs for drug smugglers, though, obviously. You spent some time in federal prison. This is just kind of about redemption and your time and how you actually got out of prison helping other prisoners, right?
That's correct. It's the first part of the book is pretty action-oriented in terms of what led up to that part of the story, but the much bigger story is about redemption. It's about what do you do with a situation, a bad situation. You always have the choice to make it better or make it worse.
And I mean, you were staring at 20 years in prison.
Could have been 25, yeah.
Yeah, and what transpired to get you out of prison in such a short amount of time to where, you know, you're writing books now?
Well, as a survival mechanism, if you will, since I was pretty much everything most inmates have learned to hate, which was I was white, educated, and male, I was a threat to most of them. And so as a survival method for me, it was to begin teaching. I spoke enough Spanish to be able to break through to a few of the Latinos and help them learn to read and write and even just understand their legal cases, and that began to catch on. Once they began to realize that I was there and I could help, and I was sincere about helping, even some of the worst among them opened up, and so I began to teach and become more of a counselor. Now,
you were a pilot back in the early 80s, had your own cargo business, freight business out of New Mexico, right?
Right, well, it was a charter operation.
And now, all the stereotypes about drug smuggling from Mexico and things like that, pretty much true, or, I mean, you kind of experienced it a little bit, right?
Well, yeah, I'm sure that a lot of that was true. In my case, it was, they were more the good guys. I mean, these were some of the people that I was dealing with they had natural food stores and little sprout farms and so forth, and they were conscious business people around town and so forth. They just made their money in the earlier days running marijuana.
Now, the book is called A Matter of Time, and even Hollywood is taking a look at this right now.
Oh yeah, they're doing more than taking a look. We actually have a development contract on it now, and some pretty big names very interested in this. They think it's the next Shawshank Redemption, only it's a true story.
And you can't go into who's possibly going to be starring in this, but I imagine if the director of Shawshank Redemption is looking at it, you've got to be pretty thrilled about the whole situation.
Yeah, that's true.
And I mean, when you look back on it, I mean, you're sitting in prison, you know, 15 years ago, a little about 18 years ago, I guess. Ever imagine something like this, where your life would turn around so quickly?
Actually, I did. From the very beginning, when I stood on the abandoned airstrip and watch a 4-engine cargo plane come in the middle of the night, I kept thinking, there's got to be a camera crew here somewhere. This has got to be a movie.
Okay. Don Kirchner, the author of the book A Matter of Time, will have a book signing this coming weekend at both Barnes &